So I'm diversifying my portfolio. Portfolio. You know, one of those days where you're supposed to get so many things done and everything kind of goes sideways and you don't really get much of anything done? Yeah, today's one of those days for me. And even making this video, I almost procrastinated and didn't make it and just said, oh, I'll just go home and make some food and, do it tomorrow. But, after so many different things went wrong today's the day I said no. I have to stick to my plan and finish this video today. So welcome back to my channel, guys, or welcome to my channel for the first time. Most of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed, but if you like anything related to personal finance or small business, this might be the right channel for you. Felicia and I, my wife, have owned this grocery store for about 3 years, and we just bought our first piece of property. So if you're into anything similar to small business or real estate investing, this may be a good channel for you. So please subscribe down below. Don't be one of those people that just kind of lurks from the shadows and just pops in once in a while. Join the family, join the fun. We're always doing something different every single Monday. And Felicia's just actually finished stocking the shelves because I was, procrastinating so much. So she's waiting for me now. She might make an appearance today. Let's hope so. She's right next to me. She's pretending she can't hear me, but that's great. All right, like this video if you enjoy any part of this interesting day that I'm having, and dislike it if you really don't like hearing my voice, I guess. Between this store now and owning our own piece of property, I got the itch. I wanna keep growing my portfolio. I want to diversify my portfolio. I'm really not too invested into the stock market or anything. We do a little bit of some side investing into mutual funds, but at the end of the day I'm looking for another project. I realized in my life that my life's going to be a series of projects. We started the store, then we grew into something else, and then we'll grow into something else and something else. I don't want to do the same thing for 40 years. I want to keep growing, moving, dodging. Life's all about kind of trying different things. To me, kind of dipping my hands into different things, and this is what this video is all about. I always talk about this store, and this store is literally 24/7. If you're ever in a small business that that you grew from the ground up, the first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, maybe you're going to be working 60, 70 hours a week to make it work, and that's exactly where we're at. We're both working 50, 60 hours a week on this business. Yeah, it's going well. You can make some decent money, but what's next? I'm always asking, what's next? Then what? Like, what are we doing? What's the next step here? How are we expanding? And how are we growing? And I know that's annoying for some people because, it feels like, oh, I always want more and more and more. But it's not just about the money. It's about accomplishing. It's about that owner mentality. Like, what do I want to own next? What do I want to do next? And I think that's what keeps life kind of interesting because, once I get comfortable in something, I get kind of bored, and I don't want to get comfortable. I want to keep growing and expanding and learning new things and starting new businesses. And that's exactly what I think this store was. This store was a stepping stone to learning everything I needed to know about small business, transferring those skills into my next project. The title of this video is kind of doom and gloom. I'm thinking of selling the store, or I'm thinking of getting rid of this store, whatever it may be. That's not the exact case I'm making. If I can't expand this store to what I need it to be, yes, it may be up for sale in the next 2 years. If this store grows to, a potential that I think it's worth it to work, how we're working, then yes, we can keep going. If it grows to a place where we can manage it and oversee a staff running it, then by all means, then it makes sense. But today was one of those days where I was just calculating everything. I said, what's the actual end goal here? What's the game plan? Like, what are we going to be doing in 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now? Because at this level store, you may stay at this level for the rest of your life, and some people are happy with that. It's comfortable. But where does that leave you for growth? You just keep coming in doing the same thing every single day. It's almost like you just bought yourself a job. And that's exactly what we didn't want when we opened this store. I wanted to be kind of independent, doing what I'm doing, but at this point, and if it stays like this, you're literally working a job. And that's exactly where a lot of people get into a rut where their small business is just a very long, underpaid job. So it begs the question on why did you open a business with 10 times the more stress when it just became another 9 to 5? Weren't you trying to avoid the 9 to 5 by opening your own business? That's the rut you got to get out of. And everyone kind of, shits on the 9 to 5 life, right? But you got to understand, with 9 to 5 comes a lot of perks as well. You have a steady paycheck, vacation days, sick days, you have benefits, pension plans. As a small business owner, you don't really have any of that. I mean, you do have your freedom day to day to do whatever you like I mentioned. But again, there's positive and negatives to both. So, I always see, I hate my 9 to 5, I hate my 9 to 5. Just understand though, there's no risk in starting a 9 to 5. When you start a small business, you invested 80,000, you signed a legally binding lease, you're pretty much at the mercy of your landlord to make the rent every month. So don't, think it's all sunshine and rainbows on the other side. I love it myself. I like the risk. I always want to, keep growing and expanding and finding more ways to take risks in life. That's why this worked for me. It may not work for you. So just take that with some tough love for today. The shift in mentality that I'm having is, the small mom and pop shops can stay mom and pop shops forever. It depending on the owner's mentality, right? And what the shift I'm having today or the last pretty much year is, you can stay at that level for as long as you want. But real, true businesses that want growth see the vision, they see the bigger picture. How do I keep expanding? Or how do I get multiple stores? Or how do I get a bigger space? And you can't keep doing the same thing every single day and expect different results. And that's exactly kind of the position we're at now. And I know the videos about money are all, positive. The ones we talk about how much money the store's making, how much it grows. But we're still doing the same thing every single day, expecting different results. We're bringing in new products. It's not like we're completely the exact same that we've always been. We're expanding with new freezers, fridges, products, but it's still the same thing every single day. It's like, how do we hit the next step to actually grow this place into a self-sufficient oiled machine rather than me and Felicia working in it only? We need to create the right systems or expand into other outlets, maybe. The list goes on and on and on, and that may translate to your own business that you start. How do you make sure that you're not just working another job when you're supposed to be becoming an entrepreneur and owning your own business? There's a difference, and it begs the question on the difference between being self-employed and owning a business. So if you're not making money unless you're working actively, you're self-employed. If you can make money through your business where you're not personally working actively, that might be where you want to be. So then we have to ask ourselves, what's the level we need to be at to expand our store? When does the proof of concept really present itself where we can take another risk in expanding or getting a second location? What level is it? Is it already where we're at? 500,000, 600,000 in sales a year? Does it need to be 750 in sales? Does it need to be over $1 million? Does it base on how many customers you're getting a day, or where does that, or does it base on, you ran out of room, like we technically are at this point where we really have no more space to expand into, more outlets, more sections of people's diets, more inventory. So that's what we're kind of struggling with today, and that's why we're having the day we're having today, because it's like, what's stopping us from taking the next risk? What's stopping the next project from starting? Or, what's preventing this store from hitting that next stepping stone that's needed to motivate me to take the next step? So there's a lot of questions going on today, and this is a Monday that is a little bit different than our usual videos. I find our videos usually are about money or business or how to grow your business, but this is taking kind of a step back and realizing that at the end of this lease in about 1.5 years or a year, whatever it may be, what exactly do we do here? Do we put this place up for sale and take the profit that we gain from our initial investment? Do we, keep working at it and watch it grow, um, and hire people probably at that point? I mean, there really would be no sense not to hire people at that point. Or do we expand it into another location? Because if it works here in this part of the city, I can find another location that needs a small store like this, and hopefully it works out the same. Or do we expand bigger in the same location? That's a lot of questions that you may come up in your own business. When do you take the next step? When is the next step justifiable? What numbers do you have to hit to actually make this thing, really make it go out of your business? When do you bring it from a side hustle to a full-time job? The questions never end. It's really just, there's no right answer. It's just about feeling that it's that time. It's hard to really justify business to business when the next step is justifiable. And I know I'm talking in circles here, but you're going to come a point to every business is life that you have to ask yourself that question. So then the main thing being is the other side of the argument. If you're making decent money at a store or your business or your cafe, your restaurant, whatever your business may be, this would apply to you. If you're making good money and you enjoy what you're doing, why do you need to grow and expand and take another risk? Well, that would be, and that's fine. If that's the way you want to go, that's perfectly fine. If you enjoy coming in to your store and, working and everything is going fine financially, then there's really nothing to change if you're okay with that. And that would be good for a lot of people, but there's another side of, the coin that people always want to grow and expand and learn new things and build new projects, or some people just enjoy actually making a lot of money, as greedy as that sounds. But that doesn't have to be it, right? You can always find that you're good at something else and expand into something else. Or maybe this wasn't your first and last business that you're going to retire with. Many entrepreneurs open businesses, sell them, move to the next project, find something more profitable. It's kind of just the life cycle of an entrepreneur. You could start something, build it, prove to yourself that you can do it, and then it's time to move on to the next thing. So there's really no right answer. It's really just what you want to do with your business. Like I said, if you're okay with doing the same thing every day and you're happy with that, there's nothing wrong with that. You can also get a job and be 100% fine with that. And if you always want risk and growth and expansion and doing new things, then that's probably where me and you can connect on that. Because at this point in time, like I said in a previous video, I don't foresee myself, retiring in this position that I'm doing right now, at this location anyways, for the next 35, 40 years of my work life, whatever's left really. Probably 35, that's a long time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And hope this video gets, the message across that I'm trying to make. I know I have a million thoughts going on today, but yeah, that's it. Hopefully somebody can relate. If you can relate with this video and you're still here, please comment below on, where in your business you're at, and maybe you're taking the next step. Maybe you're selling, maybe you're closing, unfortunately. A lot of people are struggling now due to COVID. I'd like to know. I'd like to hear. I'd like to chat with you guys. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. So to give you guys just a harsh dose of tough love and reality, when you own a small cafe, restaurant, small convenience store, any truly small business is probably going to be owner operated, unless you're an investor who has other businesses and projects and you just kind of built this place to eventually see the growth and have employees running it. Most small businesses are going to be owner operated, and they're probably going to be 24/7, right? There's really no small business that's owner operated that isn't working 50 to 60 hours a week trying to make the place grow and thrive as much as possible. And that's kind of not what I intend to do with this place forever. I don't want to be 60, 70 hours a week trying to make this place function correctly. We do eventually need to have the right people working here while we oversee it all. But to give you the reality is, you got to understand these places are 24/7. You're going to be working your butt off for 3 to 4 years, and that might be okay. That's the growth of any business for the first little while. So just understand that. Take this video with some tough love from me to you guys on the other side of the business life. There's nothing wrong with it. I love being my own boss. I have no one to tell me when to come and go. If I need to take a break, I can take a break whenever I want. There's no washroom break mandatory, is once a day. There is beauty in being your own boss. Just know that it comes with a lot of other crap that you will see the positive and negative of being your own boss, right? So just know that if you're really saying, oh, I hate my 9 to 5, I hate my 9 to 5, just know that there's pros and cons to the 9 to 5 life and the small business owner's life.